Haribo, dear devotees. Today was the first day of the medicine. I've only gone through half of it, but I only have a short window, and I wanted to update a little bit. The medicine really wasn't that bad. I've heard stories about taking the Simply Wonderfuls here. That's what I call them. Herbs, and then you add cow urine to moisten them and dry them, and then you down it. You down cow urine, and it wasn't that bad. There's another one too that's supposed to be bitter, but I don't know. It didn't seem to be that bad. The hardest part's been just taking the water. So I'm waiting till 4 o'clock here to take the second batch of medicine. And I understand that this is a 15-day trial period to see if I can handle it. I think I probably can. I've got a pretty strong constitution, kappa, although people say I look pretty small for a kappa, but I'm definitely a kappa. I don't usually get sick, but when I do, I guess I get real sick. So, but when you hear stories of people in pain, this is really nothing. But like the Ayurvedic doctor said, if I didn't get treated, it would just get worse. I recorded my session with him, and I still haven't listened to it, but he mentioned a bunch of things that were weak, including low red blood cells. Guy is a bit of a mystic, really. It's not just, he spent 2 years learning to read pulses, but anyway, it's good. Unfortunately, you never see any blue sky here so far. It's hazy, and some days it said hazardous to be out, and other days it's just a step down from that. But when I go out, I generally wear a mask. Try not to hyperventilate too much. Wouldn't be a great place to do pranayama outside, but I'm going to get an air purifier in here. But it's really not a bad place here. I don't need 2 beds, but it's got 2 big beds. It's got, a place where I sit and write. And I don't use that at all, but I guess they have to have that in any kind of hotel. Didn't come to Vrindavan to watch TV or movies or whatever. I might want to, but... And this is the kitchen. It's a little bit of a mess right now. But I got 2, I took some other pictures. I got 2 burners that I bought, electric burners, and there's a sink. And there's my stash of water. I'm going to try to get a water filter so I don't have to, plastic is a real problem in Vrindavan. It's all over so I don't want to have all of these bottles that who knows what will happen to them. I still haven't fixed up my altar yet, but I have the beginning of it. I did get some cardboard so I can put up pictures. And yeah, life is good. Actually, since I've been a devotee, I never felt alone. I like, obviously, being with people a lot. But I do interact. I call Archana every day and FaceTime, and that's good. And I have a little interaction with a few devotees. There's a couple of devotees on the same floor that I've met. One of them I know Ishvara for a long time, 30 years or something like that. Not knowing him really well, but another devotee I met. Very nice. And I interact with Raja Sevaki, and because I'm still getting everything down. But I've got about 20 minutes before I do the next batch, and probably today I'm only going to do 8 liters of water. I know it said 8 liters of water. Anyway, that's probably the most challenging thing. I got up a little bit late at 2:20. Ideally, I get up at 2. That really helps, because this morning I had like 10 rounds done before I started the medicine, and my rounds haven't been that good, unfortunately. And hearing and chanting, well, I've listened to a few parts of lectures. I read a little bit, not to alarm anyone too much, but, death and dying is an interesting subject matter for me. So I got a book by Purushottama Swami, Death. Well, because of the experiences I've had before, it's no small thing to die, obviously, but it's not such a fearful thing when you have spiritual practice, spiritual life, even partial realization of Krishna. Just, going through one door, you gotta, go into another. It's easy to say, but, I've said before, sometimes living seems harder than dying. But Krishna is taking care of me. Radharani's made this arrangement. What can I say? I have to see it that way. I don't want to sound too grandiose or anything, but this is her place. So anyway, that's 6 minutes. That's probably enough. People don't like to spend a lot of time. They like videos, so that's why I'm doing this. I wanted to catch you up because I still want to write about my experience going to see the Ayurvedic doctor and my experience on the road and stuff. I hope I get to it. Otherwise, maybe I'll write it in my journal and then do a video blog. This is a lot easier than, I feel like I write better than I speak, but I know that it's important for me to speak, just like that's one of the reasons I started speaking at temples and associations of devotees, because I know that personal presence is very important to encourage everyone. Books are nice, written material is nice, but there's something really powerful about when you're personally with someone, So anyway, that's my little update, and we'll take it from there, and I'll try to, hopefully there won't be too much the same, but there's, just walking down the street here is an experience. You never know what you're going to encounter, so, and trying not to be averse, and, all the questions, why does it have to be like this, but it is what it is. I'd love to see it cleaned up here, but it's such a huge problem, Anyway, thank you for joining me on my journey, accompanying me. I appreciate it. It helps me to, feel your company, your love, your prayers. It's amazing, being on the receiving end of it, and all I had to do was get sick. Anyway, sending you blessings and prayers and gratitude for yours. Hare Krishna.